I don't have any regrets in life because every single one of my mess ups, mistakes, triumphs, and wins have brought me to this point. Life is about having those ups and also those downs. It's about how you can take those and ride them out, and mainly just try to focus on the ups, because those positives, as you ride those, your life is going to be positive. If you do positive things, you're going to get positive results. You're going to do negative things, you're going to get negative results. That's why I push the positivity all the time, bro.
How old are you?
I am 29.
Can you describe to me what it feels like to be 29?
29 to me feels like being healed, being physically and mentally here and healthy, and then also just finding where you fit. I feel like that's what 29 feels like.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 20-year-old self?
That's a really good question. If I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self anything, I would tell him to stay as positive as he possibly can, to continue to smile, to continue to hit the gym, because that gym does so much for you physically, but also mentally. And you need that. You just need that. And I would also want to give my 20-year self a freaking big hug, because that's what he needed, was just some love. He needed love, and he needed a little bit of guidance. And if he were to have that, a lot of that trauma and terrible things that happened wouldn't have. But all those traumas and all those terrible things that happened shaped me to being this person. So would I take anything back? Regrets? I don't have a single one. No. But I definitely wish I could go back to my 20-year-old self and I could just give him a big hug, because that's all he really needed, I think. Yeah, man.
What is your biggest struggle right now?
My biggest struggle right now would be the fight with myself. More so just like trying to find the strength in finishing things, and then also just finding the strength in continuing to be a better person each and every single day. For me, some days I find it that I just kind of wake up and I just kind of sit there and I'm just like flowing through it all, you know? But then there's some days where I'm really there and I'm just like winning and I'm thriving. Trying to find the comfortability in some days I will be like thriving. I will be out there winning. I'll be out there making money, doing this, doing that. And some days you can sit back and you can just take that time to just relax. You can play your video games. You can gym. You can just even sleep all day. If that's what you need, make sure you're giving your body and yourself what you need. That's probably what I struggle with most right now, because I'm always just trying to go, 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 go. I constantly am trying to make money. I'm trying to find jobs. I'm trying to do this. It's just a constant grind, grind, grind. So for me, yeah, it's definitely just trying to find that chill time where I can just chill and just sit with me, because that's something that we all need.
Yep.
Definitely.
So going back to that, for someone that's struggling right now, what would your message to them be?
Somebody struggling right now, take that 2 seconds. Take that 2 seconds and just step back. As soon as you step back and you look at it all, things will start to make sense. And please simplify everything. As simple as you can make things, do it. Because if it's simple, it's easy and it's going to work.
What's your best piece of advice to someone that feels lost in life right now?
My best piece of advice would be to change the narrative. So changing the narrative would be, say something really like negative, like happened somewhere. You're going to show back up to that place and you are going to make it a positive thing. You're going to show back up there. You're going to smile. You're going to laugh. You're going to be with your friends, your loved ones, your family. You're going to change that negative experience into a positive one. And if you feel like you can't, reach out. Reach out, because there's 100 million people out there, probably more, that want to help you, including me. So please, please, just freaking reach out.
I love it, man. That's great.
It's true, bro.
It's powerful. Really powerful. If you owned a billboard, what would your message to the world be?
My message to the world would be, love each other and smile. There's so much negativity in this world and it's constantly being pushed, and this is happening everywhere around this world, especially now. Just love each other. We're all human. And so it's crazy. I was actually watching this video. It was on YouTube. I can't exactly recite who it's from. It's actually this one gentleman. He said that we are all shades of wheat. We are all cut from the same crop. So if you look at that, we're all the same. I don't know why there's so much hate towards these races or freaking religions when we're all cut from the same cloth. We can all just love each other, accept each other for who they are. This world is going to be a beautiful place.
Why do you think there's so much hatred towards the world and towards other human beings?
There's a lot of things that people hear that aren't true about races, religions, people, etc. If people would just actually take the time to go in themselves and learn and talk and educate themselves, there would be a lot less hate because we would understand each other. And understanding is the first way to love and to being a better society.
I love that.
Thanks, bro. If everybody could just smile, say hi, shake each other's hand, this world would just be so much more beautiful. It's all about showing that little piece of love. And that's all that we need out here, is just a little bit more love. God, I'm such a hippie. Like, listen to myself laugh.
What are your biggest regrets in life?
I don't have any regrets in life because every single one of my mess ups, mistakes, triumphs, and wins have brought me to this point. Life is about having those ups and also those downs. It's about how you can take those and ride them out, and mainly just try to focus on the ups, because those positives, as you ride those, your life is going to be positive. If you do positive things, you're going to get positive results. You're going to do negative things, you're going to get negative results. That's why I push the positivity all the time, bro.
What is one thing you constantly stress about?
I would like to say money, but I don't think money really is the biggest stress anymore. The biggest stress, I think, is just making sure you're making the right choices. And I know that sounds so silly, but I feel like us as humans, we like to overthink that way too much. And sometimes we mess up the blessings that we have that are already coming. So I guess what I'm saying is not to overthink that much and to just let things flow naturally, because the universe is a beautiful thing and the universe is going to let everything fall into place as it should. That's honestly something that I've learned too. So sometimes you just got to put your trust into the universe and your positive choices.
What is one of the best decisions you've ever made in your life?
The ultimate best decision I made in my life was to get sober. For those who don't know, I struggled with alcohol and addiction from about the age of 18 until 25. The final time here, I did end up in jail, which was probably the biggest turning point of my life. While I was in there, I was feeling very sick off of the alcohol and the drugs and stuff. I was not allowed anything for it, so I just had to ride it out. And in there, I found myself, which was probably the craziest thing. You don't expect that. Choosing to be sober was definitely the biggest and best choice I have ever made. Because when I went to jail, which was awful and something I do not wish upon anybody, and if you're in this situation, listen up. When I was in jail, I learned that sobriety was the only way for me to live anymore. And when I chose to be sober, my whole life completely changed. I was let out of jail, thankfully. And from there, I went to addiction services. I started to figure out that stuff. And since then, I have just absolutely thrived. I have found work. I have found myself actually going out and helping others who are like me with their sobriety. So now I think I have helped, I think it's about 7 or 8 people now sober up. And if anybody else is out there and would like to, please reach out. You can even hit up him, who will reach out to me, and we will figure that out for you. Because if you have children, you have a family, you have a wife, you have a spouse, whatever, you want it to be there for the rest of their lives or for as long as you possibly can. You do not want alcohol to be the reason that you left this world, or whatever it is. You do not want that to be the reason that you left this world. There's so much left, and I promise you that. Stick around, stick with the positives, and do it for the right reasons. You know, I definitely started to make those changes. I started to patch everything up with friends, my family. I was seeing psychiatrists. I actually still do. I do counseling. I do all that stuff. And do not be ashamed. If you have to go to counseling, therapy, if you have to take meds, do not be ashamed. There's a lot of people out here that have to do that. And if that's what it takes for you to be normal and for you to live a prosperous, thriving life, please just do it. And if you need help, reach out. There's a lot of ears and they want to listen, even when you don't think there is. There's a lot of random people who don't even know you that want to see you win, that want to see you live. So please just make those positive choices and sober up. It's a much better life. There is definitely somebody else out there, whether it be God, the Creator, Allah. There is something out there. I do believe in a higher power, and I respect everybody's thoughts, their religions, all of that. Because all of those are true in some sense. Yeah. Wisdom.
What's the most hurtful thing someone's ever said to you?
Most hurtful thing somebody's ever said to me was that they didn't care about anything to do with me. That was definitely the most hurtful thing I've heard, and it came from somebody pretty close to me. I do believe that sometimes things are said out of anger in the moment. When things like that are said, you definitely have to take the 72-hour rule, which is you sit on it for 72 hours, and if you still feel the same way, then you can act on it. But if you don't, maybe think about it and go towards it in a different way.
What makes you happy in life?
Happiness in my life is everything that I like to do. The things that make me the happiest in life are waking up to the person that I love, being able to share my passions with the world, which this is actually one of them. I get to play my video games with my loved ones, and honestly, what makes me the most happiest is seeing my family and friends thriving and just living the lives that they've always wanted to, you know, because I've seen them go through all of their struggles, all of their traumas and everything. And now they're all on the other side along with me. That's definitely what makes me the happiest, is seeing everybody else is happy.
What keeps you motivated in life?
My sobriety, definitely. There was definitely a point where I didn't want to wake up the next morning. Now that I'm on the other side, healing, doing everything to get to a much better and healthier place, I have worked so freaking hard. I went through hell and back to freaking get here. I'll be 5 years sober on February 8th of 2025. And for me to go in the opposite direction of what I've went would just be insanely stupid. I almost friggin' died for this. I went to jail for this. So for me to go and overcome it, I know that I can beat and overcome any single thing that comes to me in this life. So the motivation is definitely my sobriety. It'll keep me going until I die. And until I die, I will stay sober. I know that. I will never touch another drink. I love my life, and there was a point where I didn't. And I promise you, if you are at that point right now, you can come back. And if you need any help, there's definitely going to be some resources definitely dropped under this one. So if you need anything, please friggin' reach out. I urge you to.
What are some positive traits you'd like to see more of in human beings?
I'm not trying to make this like a generational thing at all, but more positive change I'd like to see would be towards mental health, homelessness, addiction, stuff like that. I feel like there's really like old stigmas on those things made from older generations, whereas men are supposed to be men. We're not supposed to cry. We're supposed to be strong, etc. But one of the most manly things a man can do is be freaking vulnerable and show how he truly feels. Because when you are putting that all there and it's out, you can go and you can talk about it. You can understand each other. You can deal with it. Then comes the empathy. Then comes understanding. Then comes the love towards that situation. If people could just be a little more empathetic, understanding, and loving towards everyone, this world would be a much better, positive place.
If you had a message to give to the world, what would it be?
Push positivity and live your truth. No matter what that truth is, if you don't think anybody is going to understand or they will still love you or they're going to be there for you, I promise you're going to have a whole community, a whole bunch of people that will always love you and always be there for you. So whoever you are, whoever you love, whatever you like, you just go for it and do that and live your truth. Because if you're not living your truth, you're living a lie. And what is living a lie? I personally don't see it as living at all. So, yeah. And push that positivity. This world needs it, especially right now, seeing how it all is.
What's your message to the younger generation of today?
Younger generation of today, this is going to sound so like old headish and like old generation-ish, but turn off that trap music. That shit's no good. I used to listen to it and it definitely changed me. No, all jokes aside, stay away from that street stuff. I know it's really promoted and everybody thinks it's cool and, oh my God, you're doing that. You make a little money, you're doing that. It isn't cool. You want to be cool. You want to be a real person who is of substance and something to this world. Just fucking go to school, go to university, go and take that on scholarship, go and take that apprenticeship, whatever it is, and go for it. Make sure you do something professional that will make you money, that has a paper trail, and be smart. Make positive fucking choices out here. And stop going and doing stupid shit with your little friends. If your friend's gonna jump off a bridge, would you do it too? I fucking doubt it. Stay in school. Stay away from drugs and alcohol until your brain is fully developed. Do not listen to your friends when they have stupid choices, and just stay focused. If you have a passion, drive with that passion. Trust that passion. I don't care if your parents, your friends say it's stupid. If you're passionate for it, you can find a way to monetize it, to make it your career, and it's something that you love, and that's exactly what you need to do. And trust me, stay out these streets. Those drugs, doing them is it's just no good. And trust me, I went through that shit. I've been to jail. I was an idiot. Be smarter and learn. Learn from your older generations, because that's definitely something that we should have done, but I don't think that we really had the pleasure of, because they weren't as transparent as we are. Yeah.
I love it, man.
Thanks
For
bro.
sharing that.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
No, man. No worries, bro.
I appreciate you having me.
Anytime. It's so good.
It's all love.
Good to see you, man.
It's
so
always
good.
so good to see you.